Hello everybody, welcome back to CoKo Plays Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, so last time we had an issue with our save not being... Okay, so it looks like in the background it uploaded the cross save. I think the quick save was the last one we did. Not that it matters, because we were just standing there. Got my phony Negroni here. Very tasty. Stream is up and running. Got a lot of stuff to do today. Something that I want to make time for is to get Gale into the party so I can go through the process of learning his wizard stuff. Let me turn down my headphones a little. If it's a little loud in my ears, I try and speak louder to compensate. Takes some time to get used to speaking softly on the mic. Especially since I don't tend to do it too much in real life either. Okay, so what we've got here... Why are you still hiding? That's just your hangout stance?
This seems like a lovely little spot. The sense of impending doom aside.
So we were walking around just exploring this kind of encampment area, or this fortified area, and we found an assassin lurking about who I guess already took care of Nadira, which I'm not sure anybody knows about. Maybe we have to go report it. And after we did that, I saw this telescope, and so I looked through it, and there was a dragon in the distance. Let's take another look, just because.
The telescope points to the right.
Yep.
The telescope points straight ahead.
Yeah, and this kind of stuff, I like the way they involve the narrator. You know, it makes it feel like you're playing, you know, around a table with your friends, with a dungeon master.
Points to the left.
Describing things to you, almost as if like the video game components are just enhancements to the experience of playing D&D, which I think is a good attitude for the game to have. Like the types of stuff you might do around a tabletop in terms of like how you communicate with other players, your party members, the environment through the DM. Like all of that should feel right. And the video game is just streamlining it for you, just like making it easy and possible. Alright, let's go down this way. Let me check the map real quick. Yeah, let's go talk to her. Maybe,
Breathe deep and move.
maybe we'll be reporting some new information.
You made it look so easy.
Nope.
The killing.
This is what she said before. She doesn't care. Nobody cares that their buddy's dead. Alright, so what's this way? We don't know yet.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
I kind of forget the story of this place. There was like a druid that I said I'd go talk to and try and... I don't know. Get them out of here? Move things along? I forget. But I am curious, why not take your chances on the road?
We might have to. But I'd feel better if we at least knew how many are out there. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
Let's all go together.
If the road was clear, a 10 days walk maybe?
A 10-day.
But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world. Like we're being watched.
You know what's interesting? Is like making decisions like, I wonder if I can destroy this gate wench.
What's next?
And leave the gate in a down position. This overgrown portcullis. Like, I wonder what would happen. Would that influence the story at all? I have no idea, but that's the type of freedom that D&D gives you. And I'm tempted to try and take advantage of it, but it just seems like a bit of a chaotic action to take. Not really the personality I think I'm, crafting here.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
Who's that? Skip the local drama.
The druid in charge of this grove.
Aha.
At least, he was. Guess if he didn't come back with Aradin, that might not be the case.
So, 2 new journal updates. That's what we offered to do, to rescue him. Hey, it's part of the main quest. Or maybe rescuing is part of the main quest, but saving the refugees might not be. And this is our journal marker for Gale entering our party. Yeah, so if these things are marked in red, then there's, negative consequences to touching them. Unless we hide ourselves or some such shenanigans.
Never ends.
That seems to be the case with all these things here. Grave marker, you say? Someone's grave is here. Anything interesting we could do with this?
There's no time to waste.
What to do?
Yeah, I kind of doubt there's anything interesting that we could do to this grave that would be a good idea. Did I equip Shadowheart with the Morning Star? I did. I wonder if I could at least like figure out anything about it. What do I got? Guidance?
Okay.
Alive, so that's progress.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never wanted the easy path.
So I do kind of want Gale in the party. I'm wondering if I should make that happen now. I wonder how that works. Like, pick somebody to send back. And if so, what would I do?
Every Githyanki has held a sword by age 6 and claims their first kill by age 10.
Okay, I was just saying hi.
These tieflings claim barely a single warrior among them. It's a wonder they've survived even this long.
People grow up differently. I suppose that was kind of a compliment in a weird way.
Chook, you believe you can survive without
Hey,
me?
just, you know, I can only have 44 party members.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
Okay, how do I get Gale now? I thought maybe I might get presented an option. Okay, I guess let's go.
There are important matters to discuss.
Things to discuss over there, you say. I have inventory management to do. All the good stuff. Where's my warrior buddy? Oh, wizard buddy.
What's in here?
I don't need to walk all the way there. Wait, why did that show Gale? I guess because these are the party members that aren't on the left side of the screen. Apologize for the background noise. It's gonna happen sometimes. Maybe he has to be in my party to equip him. Alright, well, let's go talk to Mr. Withers.
I should speak up.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
Is this the Book of the Gods?
Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to that.
Oh, interesting.
Most willingly, forsooth.
Ah, forsooth. Great
Their
word.
passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. Very well.
Okay, so you can pay 100 gold and recruit a hireling. So maybe it's because I had 3 party members or something that this came up as an option. So like the first time you encountered this might be a situation where you get back down to 3 for some reason.
There is no one to dismiss.
Cool. Alright, for right now, I'm going to use my buddies as my party members. Where is Gale hanging out? Oh, over here.
You're not versed in magic, are you?
Yeah, I've got some magic.
Oh, I do apologize. I meant to ask, are you studied in magic? Namely, are you a wizard? Which you are not. If
I'm not
you meet
offended.
any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
Well, we're going to be hanging out together, so...
How can I help? Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood
Aw,
takes
you have a
me,
kitty.
I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like he might be creating an image of himself. Yeah, let's hear more.
Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
Nah, we need more. Oh, we're not going to find out more. I do have 2 inspiration, but, you know, this isn't really a situation where I feel like I should use it. I'll learn more about him as time goes on. I don't need to go peer. Of course, I got disapproval for the failed attempt.
I have a very disciplined mind. Those tricks won't work on me. Please don't try that again unless I invite you to.
Fair enough.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Awesome. Let's handle his level up. This is going to involve a lot of choices. Alright, so let's see. Is the basic kind of set of options going to be the same? Alright, so we get some features with a subclass as well as 2 spells-ish. Probably the same set of spells to pick from, maybe? I guess not necessarily. Hello there. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well too. Alright, so let's look through these and kind of get a feel for what we're looking for. Abjuration Wizard. blade slinging wizard. That's kind of a cool idea. A conjurer summoning creatures. That could potentially pair well with my druidic abilities. If I turn into an animal, I do have the ability to like use the bark skin, but if he summons an animal, then I could use bark skin on that. So we have multiple options for leveraging summoned help. Divination, not bad. Enchantment. So some of these subclass features come with like half off on spells within that class. And I don't really know exactly what spells are part of each of these types. So it's hard to really factor that in. Evocation. We are an evoker. So what kind of spells come with evocation? Sleep, Witch Bolt, Mage Armor, Thunder Wave. Some of these are probably common at least. They are called. Yeah, so there's some Conjuration in here, Abjuration. So Evocation gets Thunder Wave and Witch Bolt. I like the sound of those. Let's see what Illusion gets. Looks like the same set here. Yeah, Illusions sound like a good idea in terms of spells. Necromancy, that's kind of cool. Transmutation, huh? And we can get more alchemical solutions from our foraging. That's something to consider. So I could see him as evocation, illusion, necromancy. It's kind of the direction I think I'd be leaning towards. No, thank you. He doesn't totally seem like a necromancing type, but that could be part of the character. Like, he seems a bit proper because his self-image and his high self-esteem kind of depends upon veneration of, like, you know, institutions for studying sorcery and whatnot. Necromancy kind of feels like something that would be a bit off the mainstream. But I don't know if that's not necessarily the case. So once per turn, if you kill a creature with the spell, you regain hit points equal to twice the spell slot level used. That's kind of a neat ability. Thrice if it's a necromancy spell. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted. So these are my learn spells, kind of like cantrips, I guess. So we're going to want things that are damaging. I mean, that's the point of having a wizard, is to have another high damage party member. So this gives us options, because we got Lae'zel for high damage fighting, and then him for high damage sorcery. And if we need to, we can combine both in battle, or we can substitute one for the other with our support party members filling everything else in. So I think I'm going to want things that are more offensive in nature. So magic missiles, a good idea. False life, that's kind of neat. Oops. So of this set, Ray of Sickness is a necromancy spell. Be kind of nice to actually have some necromancy spells if I'm a so-called necromancer. And on the plus side, this is actually a nice one. It does poison damage, and, you know, it could potentially poison them. And is a, you know, distance attack. So I think that in combination with, like, Magic Missile, unless I want to go for both necromancy spells, False Life, I mean, that kind of seems like I won't use it all the time. Like 7 temporary hit points. That's, I might not be necessary all the time. He's going to be standing back. Hopefully I'll keep him out of danger. I have a healer in the party. He can also recover health when he defeats enemies. So that might be overkill to have 7 temporary hit points. Like, I'd probably rather use a potion than a spell like that when it's his turn if I need it. But I feel a little funny about, like, not using the necromancy spells. Like, Magic Missile is evocation, as is Burning Hands. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws against these spells. Like in general? So if enemies were to use these spells against me and they allow for a saving throw, I'll automatically succeed against them? Because if that's the case, then like something like, well, Magic Missile doesn't mention a saving throw, a saving thing. Nah, I kind of like necromancy. It sounds neat. And I will use at least one necromancy spell. I'll have the Ray of Sickness. Alright, let's do Magic Missile. And prepared spells. So Magic Missile could be on that list too. As could Ray of Sickness. Whereas things like False Life are not there. Neither is Witch Bolt. No thanks, I won't drop my Discord. If you want to leave yours, that's fine. But I don't share any social information. I kind of like these prepared spell choices. I might... Nah, this is okay. This is all good. Alright, so now I gain 2 spells. And we've got the 2 level 1 ones. And we can add some level 2s, probably. Let's see what level 2 necromancy spells. There's blindness. Ray of Enfeeblement. Yeah, I kind of like that one too. He can immediately weaken a tough foe so that if Lae'zel or somebody or myself are doing melee combat or close quarters combat, they're going to hurt me less. It's a pretty good one to have. I'm digging some of these necromancy spells that I have access to. Not that I have to go entirely necromancy, because blindness is also good too. And he's got 2 level 1 spells that are very attack oriented. But I'd consider doing this acid damage one too. I should probably, continue with the theme of him being a powerhouse. But let's do Ray of Enfeeblement, because I like the way that sounded. Scorching Ray seems pretty cool. I can pull out a blade and as a bonus action and then use it for, I don't know how many turns it'll last. Oh, neat. It can be equipped and unequipped, so it's just like a regular weapon that exists in his inventory. Kind of a cool idea. If somebody gets close up to him, he should be able to react to that. And if this is a bonus action, then it can happen as a reaction to something. Pull it out, do some slashing, retreat, do some attacks. I dig it. Now, I definitely like these other attack-oriented spells too. But I feel Shadow Blade, like Necromancy, Shadow Blades, like, even though it's not a Necromancy spell, it kind of feels Necromancer-ish. Alright, let's do it. And prepared spells are going to stay the same. Fun. Okay, you're part of my party now for the time being. And last step would be to deal with our inventories. So there's some bookshelves over here. I'm wondering if there's like a separate space for books, right? Maybe I'm making that up. Yeah, there's a stack of books. Are we supposed to, like, put our books in here? Doesn't really seem like... It doesn't really seem like these are made for camp storage. I don't know what they're here for. But it doesn't exactly feel like they're there for storage. Invasion plans of the Sword Coast. We looked at that at some point. That's for sleeping. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. We'll keep 2, and we'll give 2 to Astarion. And trap, disarm. I guess we'll keep some of those. Is this an extra torch? No. It was the one we had equipped. Sure, keep a shovel. Though a bloom of mold has leached the ink from most of this scroll, its beginning is still legible. The sealing ritual. Our God cares not for petty ritual. There is only the sealing, and it is vital that we observe it with exacting reverence. On the day of the sealing, a mixture of bone and ash is consecrated. Upon the names of the dead, we spread the offering, imbuing the ink with the essence of death of our God. Okay. I like this music box. Alright, let's get everything itemy into the other one. So this can say weapons and armor.
What's next, I wonder?
Why are you holding a quarterstaff? I wonder if I can learn any of these spells.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Can't learn that one.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
At least things have stayed interesting. All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Keep your distance, darling.
You know, she should have a fork. Or something.
Well, hello.
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
Yeah, we'll give you a mortar and pestle. Maybe you make weird alchemical things with it. And a mug. So you might be more of a glass chalice kind of guy. This armor's in the wrong place.
Immediately.
Can you fit in this druid leather armor? Kind of neat. Doesn't really match your necromancy vibe. Yeah, you could keep your robe for now. Let's see if any of these spells are learnable. Alright, so if we learn 50 spend 50 gold, we can learn Expeditious Retreat. Sure. So where does that show up? Oh, they actually show up here. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to go through the characters and look at this.
A long way to go still.
Someone there.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
How delicious.
Okay, so only wizards can do this. We have the money. Sweet. Okay, so these are the prepared list. And why are they all... Yeah, we don't want them all from level 1. So get rid of grease. And get rid of mage armor. Nice, and we could do detect thoughts. Alright, magic missile. Let's get rid of Witch Bolt for now. And let's instead do Ray of Enfeeblement and Shadow Blade. What is this supposed to do? What happened to it, too? Okay, so maybe we can distribute these amongst the other folks. Who do we want to have the Arrow of Acid? Let's give it to Astarion.
I wonder what the next move is.
Careful, I bite.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
No time to dally.
Why can't I give her a bottle? That's weird.
There is work to do. What am I to do?
I think that's a bug. It's got to be a bug. I made the bottles disappear in my inventory. I got it in some state. That must have been a bit funky.
Watch your back.
Let's get on with it.
One with the weave.
Yeah, funny. I messed that up.
guide me.
What a day.
Can't give up now. Let's get going.
What now?
I am kind of scanning these as I look at them, but I might take more time to look at them later. But it's interesting that you can, read them as different characters, so that maybe indicates that if you read them with someone who has, high wisdom or something, they can figure stuff out about it. Which I guess would be me in my party.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
All right. What now? What's next?
Trust no one.
Let me work my magic.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Careful, I might.
Quite ready for you.
Should he have a shield? He's not going to be hitting people with it. With his weapon, I mean.
Watch your back.
Should you have a shield? Ah, he's not a proficient character in them.
My faith protects me.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
So if I remove this shield, is this now being held in both hands? So 1d8 if if it's both hands. Okay.
Wits and blades always sharp.
I applaud your taste.
Looking ahead.
Okay. I think I'm getting a handle on
With haste.
some more things.
You have my attention.
How delicious.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Don't touch me.
There's no time to waste.
Alright, we don't need a rest. We'll just go back.
On my way.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate. I care about our lives, our future. You just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
Take that back. Right now.
Always with the fighting. Let's go read the plaque.
See what this does.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus's faithful.
I have something to ask.
We don't even know these people.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? I lower my prices for fellow druids, but you'll need to be quick. The ritual will be complete before too long. I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanus guard them as they continue their travels. You sound just like Korga. But it had to come to this. I prayed to Sylvanus each night. The Wildfather will protect those refugees. I hope. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Hey, a pitcher of beer, you say? Alright, I should probably get potions of healing. Now, this is where it would be good to have all that stuff I just moved to my camp inventory, but it was on purpose. I figured when I come across a merchant, then I will take the time to bring in a whole bunch of supplies to unload. So we got different arrows to try out. Some of these spells. Thieving tools. Could be nice. Hand axe. Is Shadowfax... Can she do hand axes? Did I just buy that? Okay, so we moved it into this inventory apparently. So she could wield this axe, which might not be a bad thing for her to have. Oh, so we actually bought it by doing that. And then sold it back. That probably wasn't, you know, useful to me. That was kind of a mistake on my part. I wonder when my last save was.
Guide your path.
Because I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, this was just when we walked in here. I'm going to bring that back. I didn't really understand the merchant interaction. And I kind of want to make sure that I don't lose gold unnecessarily. All of these things that are taking me a long time and might be boring to watch on stream, I'll eventually just get fast and routined at. It's part of why I front load a lot of like messing around with things to get a sense of what my options are. And then I'll develop habits, like ways to streamline these operations that work for me.
Very well.
But let's repeat what we did in here.
Better not be cursed.
Check out the plaque.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
And then we talked to the merchant. Let's do a save, a quick save before I embark down this path.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? I lower my prices for fellow druids, but you'll need to be quick. The ritual will be complete before too long.
I'm going to repeat my options.
But more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As you sound just like I pray to Sylvanus each night. The Wildfather will protect those refugees. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need. Sylvanus, guide your path.
Okay. So I prematurely did the quick save. Let me do one now before I do any trading, in case I mess up. And I could probably sell him everything. Like I could just load up my inventory from camp with all the extra weapons and armor I got and sell them to him and see if I can get anything better. Either just sell it for gold or do some trading directly for items. He might have a limited amount of gold. That might be something to consider. So let's start. Let's start with.
No time to rest. Still breathing, despite everything.
I'll keep some of these bottles and things, I guess. I don't really know. I don't have like a huge excess of them. But stuff like malachite. So let's sort by value. Are these all the same book? Or are they multiple copies of the book? Looks like they're multiple copies of the same book. In which case, we could sell extras, I guess. Alright, let's bring in Onyx. And let's split 1 and 5. And sell 5, I guess. Sell this. Sell Topaz. Split this. Sell the extras. Silver ingot. I mean, like, that's got to be good. We dye our clothes blue. We'll keep that for stuff. Okay, we'll sell our extra books. Feels weird selling extra books. Like I should sell them like to a bookstore. Ah, it's actually the same book. So this one says it finds for carving. Kind of makes me wonder if I should like keep it because there might be carving or something. I don't know. All of these equipment items aren't really worth very much anyway. Okay. These are all the exact same type of daggers. So what we could do is might as well just do all but one. Especially when I'm new to stuff, I kind of like that, keeping one. Kind of like a marker that, like, I've had it at some point. Mace, Morningstar, bunch of quarterstaffs. Ritual staff, that's the one I have, right? So I guess that's an extra one. I'll still keep it though. I'll just treat the inventory as like everything in there is his own thing. Keep one copy in there, and if I have a duplicate within the party, that's fine too. Like, if I'm not using these weapons, I keep one around just in case. But we don't need to be holding on to them. Alright, fine. Just end up encumbered. That's okay. Keep the Druid leather armor. Keep one. Leather armor. Arrest, get rid of. Stuff like this, if we're wrong, we could always buy it. Some of these extras, of course, we could always keep to dye if we want to have like different colored versions of things, like with simple robes, because they're clothing. They're not armor. So having robes to dye might be a nice idea, actually. I'll keep them for now. I just want to check on if that bug got fixed. Yeah, the bottle's back to 4. Alright, we'll just keep it there for now. I don't want to touch it. Okay, so the advantage of this way of doing things is that everything we want to sell is on one character here. And all the items that my party members have don't really need to touch them because don't have a strong incentive to sell them. They're in their inventories for the reason of it's reasonable for them to be carrying them. So I think that's everything. So let's leave camp. And we'll go see how this works.
Need anything else? Always happy to help those who follow the first circle.
That's me. Yeah, we're getting a discount because of it. No, I don't like the way you sorted things. So let's just see one thing. If I say one thing, what does that result in? If I say trade, what did that do? It gave me gold, I guess? I can't quite tell. Let's try this again. So I have 148 gold. If I drag this over, I have 155 now. So that's the simple way of doing things, just trade things for their respective gold values. What about the barter system? How does that work? Alright, let's select one of these and let's select this. So I just bought that for gold. So I need somewhere to, like, if I select this and I select, alright, Rain Dancer, what is this? Now, this is a cool staff, but it doesn't add anything to what I already can do. So I might not prioritize buying it. Now, a longbow, though, I might prioritize that. And it allows me to regain a level 1 spell slot when I land a critical hit. So it's called the Spell Thief. So somebody who would probably use that is Shadowheart, who currently is using a crossbow, but this seems like a great option. Alright, so let's test this out.
Next, I wonder. A long way to go still.
Alright, I'm going to click this, and it says 215 gold. So if I trade now, Do I need to like push shift to like hold items down? Okay. No. Control? No. I want to know how to do bartering. He has a limited amount of gold, too. Alright, let me pick this armor. And it's 19, as each of these are. No, that doesn't work. Alright, double clicking it sells it. I got the gold, and it's now in his inventory. So where's the barter button? Oh, there it is, up top. You switch to a menu. Ah, oh, geez, that took me a while to see. So let's add like a dagger. So if I double click here, now it goes into there. That's why they needed a mode for this screen, which is understandable. And let's see, what I wanted that bow. If I do like, I don't know. Alright, so he's unhappy. And I balance it with gold. What? Huh, this is interesting. So, the sale value of these items adds up to exactly the same thing I would buy it as. So it seems like this screen might be primarily to help you kind of do what you want, which would be to sell enough to buy something cool that you see in the inventory. And so you don't have to do the math of saying how much, you know, crap do I have that adds up to something close to what it costs. And then you have a little bit of choice on top of that, which is you don't have quite enough, you know, offer something that might make him like a little upset, but he might accept it anyway, or you might roll to accept it. That seems like the way it's going to work. And that's fine. I'm not interested in like trying to get a deal, you know, at this point to scam the guy. But still, this screen is kind of nice to say, okay, I want this. What do I have to give up in order to get it? And then you can balance it with like a little extra gold. So these are all crap weapons that I was about to sell. So let's do the barter. And so he's, you know, he's reasonably happy with that. Okay, I got that, and I wanted it, and I got it. The tricky side, though, is that, like, I want to sell my stuff, see how much money I have, and then buy what I can. So at this point, we're running out of cool things to sell. So let's go back to the trade menu, and let's start looking at things. Let's sort by value. I have an extra torch. I don't want to sell that. let's just sell all this crap. So now we got 490 from the garbage. And books. And sell all the books. Take it. Alright, don't have any consumables to sell. I could potentially sell. Can I split this here? I guess not. Alright, I'll just keep it. And then I had... Yeah, so sometimes in games, I'm very loath to sell these types of items, like precious stones, because certainly they give you value, you know, gold value, but maybe you can use them later for something else. And I don't want to get to that point and find out that, like, I sold, you know, these things for gold that I bought random crap with when I really could have been using them for something that's going to take me a lot longer to now do. Like I have to farm them again or something. But yeah, I moved them into my inventory with the intent of selling them, so I think I'm just going to go with it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I thought this thing was worth 50. You know what? I'm going to sell an extra milk can. Just because. I was going to give that to one of the other party members, but I forgot, so fuck it. Alright, cool. So what kind of stuff do you got here? Dyes, which would be fun. Dye remover. Some potion ingredients. That's about it. I don't even have the ring mail I have equipped on anyone. Don't need a scroll. These gloves could be interesting. What's their value? 344? Really? Padded armor, that's what our boy Astarion has. Let's go to armor, actually. So he's got padded armor, so we could get you one class higher and then one less bludgeoning damage. Superior padding. Nah. Oh, so this updates with my choice on the side. Okay, got it. Cool. What does this ring do? I don't really throw... You know what? That's a lie. I could throw my fire thing. Yeah, right? Does this apply to that? I don't know. Does it apply to my fireball? Or because that might not use the throw action, maybe it doesn't. I'm actually going to take a quick second and look that up. Ring of flinging. And what's my thing called? Druid fireball spell? Let's see what it says. It's hard to tell. And I forget the name. Druid Fire's throw spell. Produce for flame, that's what it is. Yeah, it's hard to say if this will register as a throw action by the game. So this might be something that I just try. I think when I'm in combat and I'm wearing this ring, I might see that it's boosted. If it is boosted. And I don't really have, like, if I go down the list, I want to buy some potions. We can buy potions with whatever money we have left over. Camping supplies also is something I should consider, you know, keeping on me. Those things I can probably pick up from enemies, though. I've picked up a good amount of them already. I don't know how many long camps I have in me, but maybe I don't need to buy supplies for that stuff right now. Let's do it. Let's get this ring. So it'll be 86. Let's just buy it. Awesome. And I don't think I want anything else. You can intercept missiles from ranged weapon attacks. That's kind of cool. They look awesome too. Actually, they look just like the leather gloves, or very similar too. So nothing too exciting here. So maybe just some potions. We need, you know, lots of those. 110 gold to buy 5 of them. Might be worth it. Like I don't want to be low on potions. Elixir of lightning resistance, nah, it's okay. And then maybe something that's like 10 camp supplies. 7 camp supplies for 15 gold. Neverwinter Stew. It's got a nice D&D name. Let's just do it. It's going to go into my camp supplies bag. Okay. I think that's good.
Sylvanas be with you.
And now what we can do, let's send this to Shadowheart. Let's send this to Shadowheart too. Shadowheart's got some nice weapon upgrades today. And an amethyst ring, which we're not going to wear, we'll put on this ring. Suppose we could also wear the amethyst ring. Why not? Alright, 6 potions. Let's split it. Let's keep 4. And let's send it to Shadowheart, then take a look.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Yeah, this seems good. And then this, we can... Maybe we just sell it, because we have an extra a camp. I'm like 100% sure. If I take the shield off, are you holding this with 2 hands? 3 to 11. I don't think so, no. Alright, let's take off your crossbow. Ah, you're not proficient with longbows. Maybe we should give you a short bow. Now we'll put you back on the crossbow. And we'll send this over to Strata for selling. Send this over to Astarion. See what he can do. And we sent you an extra potion of healing. That's right.
Never a dull moment.
Because you're our healer.
Someone there?
Yes?
Everybody else can keep 1 for emergency purposes. Or 2 for emergency purposes, let's say.
I wonder what
So let's split this. And send 1 to Astarion.
Keep a blade close.
Sweet. Yeah, I think okay, you are proficient with longbow. You don't use a ton of spells though. That's the downside of you using this. Now what we could do is, I doubt you're proficient with longbow.
What a day.
What if we tried this though? What if we sent it to you?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah, how come I didn't get the message pop up to tell me this? Okay, I guess it'll be Astarion who does this. And then maybe Gale can have a short bow just because.
Your desire.
Yeah, he's not proficient with that either, so why bother? Send it to Strata to sell.
What now?
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Let's move.
Ooh, what kind of bug is that? I think it flew in through my open window.
That's not what I said.
Can we stop shouting? No? Need anything else?
I'm gonna sell you a couple more
Always
things.
happy to help those who follow the first circle.
Sell you a short bow and a morning star. And that gives me 292 gold. So let's buy some beer. Some milk. And a chicken.
Sylvanas be with you.
And also with you. Cool. So I think we learned a bit more about trading and interacting with merchants.
Can't slow down.
All right, buddies. What's going on with you fight? You're fighting.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
So they've got a conflict here, though. In a couple different dimensions. The druids want them out. They're all better off if they all stay together, but they don't really know that. There's some interesting options here. Here's a nice little bug for them to fix. If you have enough of these over here, the community choice is cropped. Why would trade be an option? So who's the most persuasive? So I've got the highest charisma anyway. So persuasion, it says +2, and I have +1. Shadow. So Gale has +3 persuasion. That's his big bonus. Maybe we go with him. Why is there an icon on me? Is it because I'm in the middle of a chat or something? It is. Fascinating. So they need to support that for multiplayer anyway. To have other party members just hanging out while someone's in a conversation. But the fact that you can do that within single player is really cool. I mean, it lends itself to all kinds of possibilities. Like, you could be having a conversation with someone and sneak up as another player and, like, steal something off of them. All kinds of fun stuff. So if I leave, do I get to try this conversation with another character? Because that's kind of what I want to try. So let's take Gale. Oh, they walked off. Okay, so yeah, you can't really do that. You make a decision on how to do the dialogue and the reaction happens, so let's go back to that quick save. So yeah, I definitely don't mind reverting to saves when I am using them as an opportunity to learn some of the game mechanics and how the game works. Using them to undo the consequences of my choices that I couldn't foresee in a story sense, I would be less inclined to do that. Even in combat, if I lose in combat or don't do as well, fine, I'll suffer the consequences. Unless it's real catastrophic. But something like this, I just wasn't sure what was going to happen. It was nice to find out. It's kind of nice for my character to be the one doing the this type of stuff anyway, even if another party member has higher persuasion. All right, we'll add guidance. We got 2. That's pretty bad. Tried but failed to persuade them. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I tried to persuade them and I failed. That's exactly a reasonable story consequence.
No, this place is a death trap. Let us leave immediately. Or would you deny your brother here his chance at fortune in Baldur's Gate?
I can give them coin to stay, or at least offer. They'll probably turn it down.
Come on, sis. We're less of a target alone. We should leave.
Fine. Let's sneak away like God's damned cowards. But if something happens to these people, it's on us. I hope you know that.
I like them, and I'm sad to see them go. And I'm nervous that I'm never going to see them again. And I feel bad.
If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Alright, so we got about 15 more minutes or so before it's about time to end the stream. So let's like continue in the camp and see what's around. Lots of people to talk to. We didn't go to the Emerald Grove. I had wanted to look up, yeah, outside. I wonder if I should venture out. I kind of want to go to the waypoint and then just explore whatever else is outside before I come back inside. But maybe I should talk to some people inside camp before I go.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress, and we're no warriors. This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Hey, your buddies took off. Ooh, I can talk to animals.
We're exposed now. Go right ahead.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
What's that?
Like 6.
So what are you?
Focus.
So if you aren't what you appear to be, then like...
Front if you can, wrist if you can't.
Are you something dangerous? I should talk to you.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
Cool.
I suppose I did. Yes. I had quite a life in El Toro. Chewing cud, pulling carts, etc. A druid or two, I suppose.
That's me.
But the novelty remains fresh.
So what do I learn about you?
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
No. You are incapable.
Incapable of what? Sweet.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this. Move. Tick-tock.
Funny.
Move.
Okay, so he might know more about the impending dangers coming. There's some stuff in this card. Does it belong to anybody? It's not labeled as like red.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring. You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks. You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
Cool. Oh, hey, a tiefling hideout within the camp. Fabulous. And this is something you could have totally missed if you didn't interact with him or, you know, do the right things and whatnot. Can we talk to him now? So yeah, he was just, you know, a little bit anxious about talking to people and took the opportunity to run away when we turned. But we caught him just in time. We caught his escape. Now we can go check this out.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Not sure why you're poking your nose in our business, though. None of yours. This is our hideout. But hey, maybe you didn't know. Because of that, I'll give you a 10 count to leave.
Now, we're all, you know, you're hiding out within the fortified area, but, you know, you're not going to be antagonistic to people who aren't goblins who are trying to help.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Okay.
Here goes nothing.
Come back later, I guess. Or not at all. Should we grab these metallic gloves? Yes, please. Hey, Astarion, can you pick this?
Easy. Take your time.
Oh, we got so many things helping us out here. He's got this. Okay. I'll take it. You could send it to Strata. And I guess you're the only one with a bow right now.
With magic.
So fine. Keep this arrow. So metallic gloves are medium armor and strength saving throws. So probably not for her. I guess so. But to be honest, Lae'zel should probably wear them. Let's send them to her. Cool. I like the way this works. So we found the concealed hatch. Some oxen. Alright. Let's go talk to this kid.
Something's on my mind.
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
What? I'm the guard. So don't steal anything. I'm watching you.
Interesting. So there are things here to steal. I wonder what would happen.
Hold out your hand. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
No, you're gonna...
You haven't seen anything yet. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Nice roll.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Tails it is! See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested? You got it. One sec. That's what I got.
Did she steal money from us? I wonder what happened. Hey, you got a baguette. You should probably keep that for yourself. Supply pack, that seems pretty useful. Guide to distractions? I kind of want that. I'll just buy it from you.
You bought something. Most everybody says it looks like junk and moves on.
Not me.
Oh, you have. You definitely have. Anyway, See you again sometime. Take care. Safe travels.
As you turn to leave, you realize the other child does too. She looks nervous.
I kind of wonder what happened. So we failed those save checks. So yeah, this is kind of what I expected. The wise magician knows never to perform for free. Too many already rush to call our craft cheap or second-rate, and point to archwizards as true masters of the arcane. Indeed, should any of those fine personages ever descend from their lofty towers to catch a show, they too think to lecture humble practitioners on matters of the art. The wise magician nods, smiles, and gently reminds such luminaries that true magic does not derive from staffs, grimoires, or very fine hats, but from hard work and persistence of the craft. This ought to inspire a response to such animated and gesticulated proportion that your assistant will have ample time to rifle through overburdened pockets. That's kind of what I was thinking. But I don't know what was taken.
My faith protects me.
Lost in thought.
I wonder if these things were given back because we bought something. It is tricky to know exactly what happened. Let's go talk to this guy.
Hello again.
Yeah, it's tough to know exactly.
Don't touch me.
Do you have like a steal action or something?
Can't give up now.
Hey, you're back. Look to buy, sell, or what?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure what happened. It'd be nice to know. A ladder that continues over here.
What path lies before me?
Another entrance to the tiefling hideout. Should we sneak in here?
This calls for careful footwork.
Like, are you on patrol or...
Oh, my hand slipped.
Hmm. So he's a pickpocket.
Light on my feet.
We're going to own that town.
You're not supposed to be here.
Had a feeling you'd be back. We have nothing to talk about. I told you to leave. What happens next is your fault.
Hmm. So they're called pickpockets, and they've got like a chest down here. It was somewhere visible. They kind of seem like kids. So my feeling is that, like, yeah, they're running scams, and you know, it's a tough world. They're trying to survive. Their kids. It's not unreasonable for them to try and keep this up. But I'm wondering if there's a way that we could maybe expose this to the elder tieflings, and then they can handle it.
If not over, then through.
How do I get out of here? So that's the ladder I came down before, but there's also this rock path, right?
Let's see.
So I could try to talk to some older tieflings and see what they say, if they say anything at this point. Maybe I need to find something that's in the hole.
You don't look so tough. Mole fought off a hobgoblin all by herself.
I believe it.
You did this to yourself.
Did what? Did what to ourselves? Did you steal from us or something? Not that I can tell. Astarion, you're in my way. I think.
Well, hello.
Not now. We're working.
No time to rest.
Just once.
Yeah, just once.
Huh, they left the hole?
Very well.
Hello again.
Probably nothing new. Okay, so
Carry me.
we're gonna have to figure out what's going on there. Here's the intense thing where they got the whole druid discussion. This is where shit is going down. I kind of want to go there last. So let's see if there's anything over here of interest to check out. Looks like there is. Yeah, there's some like older... Hey, it's Will! He's going to be our party member, I think. I kind of want to wait for next time to talk to him then. Because he's probably going to join our party, and that'll probably take some conversation. Ill-Mater hears the martyr's cries, takes in the ill and the oppressed. When one to help the others dies, then by Ill-Mater they are blessed.
Food, water, my dagger.
Oh, we can actually take these. That's unfortunate. The other books that I found, I didn't know that I could take.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
You seem to be telling the kids that too.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Shoes. Where are my boots?
Hey, we found Zoru. Well, well, well. We'll have to come with Lae'zel.
Give Mull a 10-day and she'll own Baldur's Gate. You'll see.
No, she's a future leader. I believe it.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Well, let's see what you got.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learn
Yeah,
more
you got
from
to
my time
adapt.
in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
You look like you got some pretty good stuff. Oh, nice. An uncommon short bow with a with an enchantment. Nice shield. Yeah, you got some things I might consider. I'll take a better look next session. Alright, this is probably... Oh, I separated my party somehow. Oh, right. Because Astarion was blocking the ladder.
Something good here, I hope.
I'll take your bottles.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Hey, Shadowheart. How did you come down there? Okay.
What I'd do for some...
I'll get you some salt.
Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
It's probably not oats and honey.
You've been on hard times too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Look in your eyes says otherwise. Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
It's very kind of you to share your gruel. Where'd it go? It's probably in camp supplies. I need new pockets to pick. You're all picking pockets.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh,
What's wrong?
there isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions.
No, we just got a parasite in our brain.
Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
Thank you.
As you down the potion, a comforting warmth spreads through you.
I swear you're still as peaky looking. Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The Your wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil.
Really?
But worry not. I fixed him up.
Depending on the lighting.
He looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Why, she sounds positively demented.
No.
Let's tell her everything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
So I guess that's a clue that Astarion is on board with telling her more. Maybe the other party members aren't.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel
nods
along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet. My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help.
Thanks for telling me what I already know.
A lotion here that could do it, but yes, I may have something at home. I've collected some interesting bits and bobs over the years. You'll have to stop by my house, just at the edge of the forest. Let me mark it on your map. I'll be heading back soon, so I can meet you there.
Sweet.
Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale. Hey, bother.
Cool, I'd love to check out her house. Potion of greater healing. That's nice. Let's buy that. And then she's got some other potions. How interesting. So this is a... So it's a quarterstaff like the one I have, but its kind of benefit is if you're not wearing armor. But I kind of want to wear armor. Unarmed attack rolls? Yeah. Potion of animal speaking? That's cool. I don't really need that. Yeah, the only thing you got that I probably would want are the potions. And I'll buy them. I think having a bunch of potions on me is just a good idea. And this potion might be a reasonable thing to give to Lae'zel in like a tough battle, but I'm okay without it.
Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
Thank you. Awesome. I guess let's send these books to camp. Everything else looks like we can keep. We can distribute the potions a little bit more, but everybody's got a couple, so I think we're okay for a little bit. So can we read this without you getting mad? So the publisher doesn't want to print this. And it's researcher.
We're exposed now.
Where did I put that old bucket?
About nymphs, maybe? Cool. There's always so much to get involved in. Like now we look at our journal. Now we got Auntie Ethel involved. Like that's awesome. I love getting things to do, to see. It's very fun. And like sometimes it's overwhelming if you can't quite grasp the full extent of what your options are in any given scenario. And it feels like that to me. Like I've played D&D a few times over the years. Some periods I was more into it than others. But like never so consistently that, you know, all the options for every moment, whether just interacting with the environment or other characters or in combat, were known to me. You know, usually when I play D&D, I need you know, the help from more experienced players and the DM to kind of guide me and like give me options that I can consider. And it, you know, it's always very fun. And like this is a game where, you know, I'm getting hints and stuff is happening automatically. Like I'm succeeding in perception checks that I didn't know I could even do. Now, you know, that happens when you're playing D&D. Like the DM will just say, hey, you got to roll for a perception check. And, you know, if you don't succeed, you don't even know what it was that you might have missed. So it's very similar to that. But like, you know, I could be playing this game. I look at these items here and I could be doing things to steal them. I'm sure of it. Now, I don't really know what. I don't know how to distract someone or to, like, you know, there's invisibility spells and potions and whatnot. I'm assuming that they would work and allow me to, like, go in there and take stuff. But there's probably more to all of these things. Like, more of these characters probably have quests if I talk to them the right way or try something out. And that's really fun that there's this great wide array of possibilities. Like I prefer that to having me know everything, but it be a very small set of options. But at the same time, it's a little overwhelming in that you know, there's a comfort to knowing what you can and can't do when you're playing a game. And so I've got to navigate that. And overall, like that's going to be the great fun of this game, is like stumbling my way through it, and whatever story unfolds for me is the one that's right for me because it's based on the choices I made. And I'm sure I have already done some things that other players didn't think to do, or like didn't have a character that could do, or, you know, did in a different order than me and thus got different results. I'm sure that's already happened despite how early in the game it is. And it's cool that that's a possibility, that like every player is getting a different version of the story beginning to end, even with the same party members and, you know, the same broad strokes of an environment and NPCs and story arc. So it's really cool. I like that. And, you know, over time I do want to get better at just kind of knowing like what's going on and what options I have and where I should be clicking and what I should be thinking about. And, you know, I have 40 party members, and like, should I be using them to talk to different characters for different reasons? Like, I don't know. I don't know when I should know. Like, I guess Gale is our best persuader, but I don't know going into an encounter whether persuasion is going to be needed. And similarly, I don't know if the other checks are going to be done as part of the interaction. And so, like, you know, you should use some, as a player, I know I should probably use some intuition, depending on the type of encounter I'm about to have. Like, you can probably sense when intimidation is going to be a factor. And like that, those kinds of things. Like I want my brain to feel more comfortable with like the minutia of the mechanics of the game. Because you see how long it took me just to handle like level ups and merchant interactions and inventory management. So I want that to just kind of get easier and become background noise in my brain, and allow my brain to learn more about how to like do the fun things, how to make more story happen, how to like, you know, be silly and like do weird things that like won't ruin my game, but will just add something, like add a quirk to it. Like, what can I do with these kids who are pickpocketers? Like, I want to solve this problem. I don't want to just, you know, go through the game and see something interesting and leave it undone. Like, there's a story here with these kids that are pickpocketers, but I don't know how to like proceed with it. So next time I'm on my stream, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna, like, you know, like I said, I'm gonna talk to some of the older tieflings, see if I get any conversation options related to what these kids are up to. If not, maybe I'll try going and stealing something that's in that chest, and maybe the item that's in there that they've taken will help me take the next step in the story with them. You know, I obviously don't like want to fight them, and I don't really even want to like chastise them necessarily, but I want to see if I can make something happen with this story that the game is clearly giving me. You know, stories within stories, right? Because we got the overarching story, which we don't quite know yet, but we know we got to get the Mind Flayer parasite out of us as part of continuing that overarching big story. And then we've got these smaller stories of where we're at now, like this fortified area with a whole bunch of peoples. Goblins are coming. They're like they're gonna try and get the Baldur's Gate. You know, who knows what's gonna happen here? And then within that, you got like these tiefling kids who have like a hideaway area where they're, you know, acting as pickpockets, and maybe no one even is aware of this. So, you know, it makes it feel like a real world when there's not just one thing happening at any given time, when there's layered storytelling going on, and sometimes conflicting stories, like arguments within groups that are both on our side. Like that tiefling couple that left, they were pretty cool. I would have liked to know them more. I don't know if they're gonna ever be seen again. We'll have to just find out. All right, see you next time, everybody. Let me save through the menu so I can have a nice proper save. And I'll see you all next time.